When this kid was in 6th grade, he had a 3D printer. Well, he had always tried to figure out a way to make money off of the things that he 3D printed. And then one day at school, he realized that tons of kids wore Crocs. So he had an idea. A Croc charm in the shape of Dwayne the Croc Johnson. He first made a few for his friends, and they loved it. And when other kids saw his friends wearing this charm, they wanted some too. So he made tons of them, and he began selling them for $3 each. He was making crazy profit because it didn't cost him a lot of money to make at all. Business was absolutely booming, but he began having trouble keeping up with the demand, so he hired a few of his friends to help him do the selling. Well, one day when he was sitting in social studies class, the principal came in and asked to talk to him in the hallway. He was very nervous because he thought he was going to get shut down, but all the principal said was, "So I heard you're selling Croc attachments in the shape of the Rock. That's pretty interesting, and I was wondering if I could buy one. Gotta respect the hustle." Funniest homework answers of all time. This question says, how would you make a marriage work? And the kid said, "Tell your wife she looks pretty even if she looks like a dump truck." I mean, I guess that's true. What ended in 1896? The kid wrote 1895. He's not wrong. This kid's name is Frankie. It says, "I earn money at home by," and then he wrote, "I don't, I am a freeloader." He's being honest. I love this one. This assignment required a parent's signature. He just wrote mom. And this one. This assignment required a kid to do math and show their work. And where this kid was supposed to show their work, all they wrote was this: "I can do math." I think they meant to say math though. When this kid was in 6th grade, he asked his teachers if he could get paid to clean up gum from under desks and chairs. They said sure. So he was getting paid $5 every time he cleaned up gum. Well, the principal found out about this and asked him if he could clean up the gum from under the tables in the lunchroom. He said sure. It was a nice little side hustle, but then he had a brilliant idea. He was gonna start selling gum. So he started buying these packs. This one's only $5 from Target. It's 8 packs with 15 pieces of gum in each pack. That's 120 pieces of gum, and he sold each piece of gum for 50 cents. He was making $60 after selling one whole thing of gum. But here's the kicker. Every time he sold somebody a piece of gum, he asked them when they were done with the gum if they could put it underneath desks or the lunchroom tables. So he would have to clean up the gum more often and make even more money. When this kid was in middle school, he bought a shoe customization kit, and he was skilled enough to design stuff like this on people's shoes. Well, he decided to start a business. He charged kids $10 for him to customize their shoes. But more and more people started getting interested in this, and business started booming. So he raised his price to $50 per customization. Things were going great, and he was running this business for 3 months, until one day the vice principal walked in on him in the bathroom designing some shoes. The vice principal saw him and told him that he had to ask the principal if he could continue. Well, the principal said, "Yeah, for sure, keep going." And he did. He continued this business for 7 months. But then one day, a school board official was visiting the school, and the school board official caught him in the bathroom as well. He was then shut down completely. In total, he made about $11,000. That's insane. When this kid was in 4th grade, his glasses broke. Oh man. But it didn't really matter because in most of his classes he sat in the front row, so he could still see. Well, after a few days of going to class without his glasses, one of his teachers said, "Kyle, I see you still don't have your glasses. Are they still broken?" "Yeah, but it's fine. I can still see the board." The thing with this teacher though was that she would always write assignments on the board for students to work on during class. She would never explain the assignments. Students would just read the board and then do their work. But anyway, she said, "Kyle, it's been 4 days now. Your parents should have gotten you new glasses at this point. You're sitting in the back of the class." Okay. All right, so this is what needs to be done before the end of class, okay? Get to work. Oh, I can't see it. What the heck? Sit down, Kyle. Hey, Stacy, can you tell me what the board says? Yeah, it says, Stacy, don't you dare tell him what it says. I'm teaching him a frickin' lesson. I hate my life. One day, this kid came to middle school with pink eye. He didn't really tell anybody about it, because if the school knew he had pink eye, they would make him stay home. Well, this was right around the time where classes were having some of their biggest tests of the year, and students were getting stressed out. "Oh, dude, I couldn't study at all this week. I'm gonna fail this test. Like, it's bad." I tried my best. Hopefully I passed, but you know. What's wrong with your eye, dude? "I have pink eye." "Oh my god, you have pink eye? Why are you here?" "Because they're serving chicken nuggets at lunch today. I can't miss that." "Dude, if you give me pink eye right now, I'll have it by tomorrow and I won't be able to take the test." "Gives me more time." "Dude, all right, $10. Okay, here." All right, you ready? Go for it. Okay. Well, word spread, and that day this dude made $350. The school got pretty suspicious why tons and tons of students had pink eye at the same time. They couldn't really pin it on anybody. And it was a win-win. This kid made some good money, and tons of students were able to pass their tests because they had more time to study.